Oh yeah, oh yeah. Give me that ball to the left side. Oh yeah, cut back here. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Don't run. Come here, safety. Come here, come here, come here. Oh my goodness, they just ran that nigga right the fuck over. Oh my goodness, bro. Hey, y'all know the deal, man. It's Big Faye back with another custom Road to Glory video. And today we got our 5-star running back, Conley Hudson, playing for the Wyoming Cowboys. And when I tell you, you can see by that first clip, this nigga was Marshawn Lynch's like son. Like somebody in their family tree know each other. As we get started with our quarterback hitting our tight end on the post out to the left. That's actually a corner route. I'm a fucking idiot. But we go down the score again, and now it's 14-3 going into halftime. We started out as running back 2, so, you know, we kind of had to split the carries, but we're right back in the game here. And, you know, on this play, it was nothing too crazy, you know, just a cool little flat route for the touchdown, you know, give us a 3-score lead. And, you know, that ended up being enough to get us to win. You know, defense played good and things of that nature. You know, offense went back and scored again. And now we do it, and the boys will start off 1-0 and end up winning the border war. I didn't know that's what they had going on up there. That's why I wanted to try Wyoming. There's a lot of unique things about them. But anyway, we're in the week 2 against some FCS Midwest coming out. And I thought it was snowing at first, but that's just the concrete outside the stadium as they touch the statue, and the Cowboys doing whatever the fucking Cowboys doing. But this was our boys' first time walking out of that tunnel at the home stadium, and boy, this looks lit as hell, bro. Imagine how it is in real life. Look at that boy Conley Hudson going out there ready to just maximize on his opportunities that he's given. My stuttering ass, I can't even talk. But anyway, hopping straight into the game with this long ass loading stream. We got our first carry, man, and we're out to the right side. Tried to get an angle on that safety, but we ended up getting tackled. But that wouldn't happen too much longer, as we're gonna go out and find a little bit of room on this flat spot. We're up the sideline. Oh, and watch this juke right here. Oh my goodness, that was just fucking disgusting. They take us right back out, and we're down. We were down 4 at first, and we ended up scoring again. Now we're back up 13-10, and we get our second chance later on in the game, but then we ended up winning 13-10, and we're gonna go into week 3 against Central Michigan. I'm pretty sure that's what they're called. Started out in the first quarter down 4 points, but we ended up getting our chance early in the second quarter. Ended up doing a horrible job of pass blocking, but hey, we scored anyway. We did enough. We did the bare minimum to help us get in there. We went ahead and went buck right, and oh my, he did not get touched, and he went all the way down those numbers for his, third touchdown of the season. And yeah, he was starting to pick up the pace a little bit, and they started feeding him. They just started feeding that plant until it started growing. He absolutely juked that nigga out of his fucking jock strap and fought and hit the pylon of the end zone for his second touchdown of the game. And the offensive lineman must be hungry. It's breakfast time because it's straight pancakes up front as he make that defender miss, and he be in the end zone for his third touchdown to help Wyoming win their third game in a row. And after Conley Hudson's 3-0 start, the coach was taking notice of it pretty quickly, and this girl named Audrey ended up saying she had our number and she might be trying to link with the boy. You know what I'm saying? That shit did not work out. Yeah, go ahead and hang it up. But he ended up getting his first brand deal from Med Spa, though, and he ended up getting the Offensive Player of the Week and the National Offensive Player of the Week, too, heading into week 4 against Hawaii. He started off running this flat route, beating that backer out there. He almost did. He stiff armed that nigga. Get off me, little nigga. Anyway, right back out to the left side. He's gonna bait him into running straight into that block. He's gonna tell that defender to get off me. He's gonna try to spin cycle that nigga. He spun just a little bit too late, but ending up on this play, ran counter right back left, and he wouldn't get a finger laid on him to start Wyoming off 7-0. Right back on the next drive, he's right back up the middle. He's gonna cut right back outside, and he has 2 defenders. And oh my fucking goodness, that is the nastiest juke I have had in college football 20. That shit has me stuttering. That shit was so fucking nasty. It's like a prime time Saquon Barkley at Penn State juke right there. Yeah, this nigga's fucking nasty. I tried to tell y'all in the intro. Anyways, very next drive, he's gonna make that safety miss, and the safety couldn't even get the fucking angle. He was just turning the jets on niggas. It wasn't even halfway his stiff arm. He was just turning the jets on niggas half the time. Anyway, very next play, starting off inside our own 10-yard line. He's back outside to the right side. He has that stiff arm. Oh my goodness. He just knocked that. He just decleated that nigga. Oh my goodness. Anyway, right back to the buck sweep outside. He's gonna cut it back up, tell that nigga to get the fuck off me, and he's right back down those hatches for another touchdown. That's number 3 now? Oh my goodness. And he's right back out. He's trying to make it number 4, taking ankles. Oh my goodness, where are your ankles at, buddy? He's gonna stiff arm another defender again. These stiff arms are literally so hard that they're making me stutter. Oh my goodness, he just bulldozed that nigga. There's no way I let a nigga do that to me on the field. Anyway, right back up the middle down the hash. He's gonna get a pretty good gain, about 20 yards. Oh my god, he's just bending niggas over backwards with this stiff arm. Get the fuck off of him. Oh my goodness, he's gonna juke. Oh my goodness, I don't even have anything to say. He is literally Marshawn Lynch Jr. Niggas just can't get him on the ground. He hasn't been knocked down yet. He's gonna power this nigga into the end zone, man. They're just simply not strong enough to tackle my nigga Conley. Anyway, right back outside. Yeah, he didn't even have to stiff arm that nigga. He's just gonna go down the sideline. He's gonna tell him to block him. He's down the sideline for what? Touchdown number 5 or 6. And that has to be a fucking record. Anyway, he's right back up the middle again. Doesn't get another finger laid on him. And when I tell you this is the best running back in the fucking nation, I don't want to hear it. 7-56 win for the boys. And boy, they had their Heisman contender right there. His grades were starting to slip a little bit, but he wasn't thinking about it because he just broke the single game rushing record and the rushing touchdown record and the most yards in one game in the nation. And he won the player of the week in the state and player of the week nationally as well, heading in the north never mind, fuck it. Anyway, we're gonna run this nigga over and get into the end zone for our first touchdown early. Buck sweep to the right. He's gonna make that defender miss, and he's right back out stiff arming that nigga. He's inside the 35 that fast, and they gave him an early dose of Conley Hudson. And this is the craziest play I've ever experienced in my life. How the fuck did he even come out of that pow into the end zone? 6'7". Anyway, hell no, he's right back outside on the counter to the right side. He's gonna stiff arm that nigga, get the fuck off of him, and only if he stayed in bounds. Yeah, we're going that way, aren't we, Conley? Anyway, get the fuck off me. Stiff arming another defender, only for a gain of 7. You lucky he ain't had space, man. Anyway, right back out to the left side. He wouldn't get a finger laid on him again, and that's his second touchdown of the game already. Right back up the middle, stiff arming the defender again. He spun off of him and squaring up on that safety, made him miss it. He just lost balance. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what happened. I don't know how the fuck he fell. He's right back up the hashes for his third touchdown of the game. And that defender has to be mad, pushing him at the end of the play. Where's the fucking flag, ref? Right back out in the flags up the sideline. And I tell you, this is the nasty. Get off me, nigga. Oh my goodness. He just threw. That's not even a stiff arm. He picked that nigga up and threw him to the other side of the field, bro. Right back up the hashes again. He's outside that block. That safety's trying to get the angle on him. He's gonna. I'm telling you, the stiff arm is rated E for everyone at this point. Anyway, he's right back outside for what, his 4th or 5th touchdown. The boys would beat the fuck out of NDSU 49-0. 327 yards, 11 yards he carried, 7 touchdowns on 28 attempts. That has to be a national record. And even after doing that, he's putting more work in when the coaches are offering it to him. As the very next week, the boys will pick up another win against NIU. It was only about 14 points, but they still got the job done. And look at how strong this nigga is, bro. That's not even him. But hey, that Cowboy mascot lit, and he's at the top of the Heisman candidate watch. Are y'all surprised? Who's scoring 7 touchdowns off 28 attempts? And they were number 2 in the conference, and they were playing the number 1 team in the conference, the University of Las Vegas, this week. But all of a sudden, a certain shift changed. He wasn't playing as much as he had been the first couple weeks. And I'm pretty sure my boy had got demoted a little bit because of his grades. Anyway, we were starting off up 4 points. We were down 4 points, actually. And then the offense just couldn't score. They didn't have their Heisman star. And going into the 4th quarter, they would finally end up taking a lead by 4 points. But University of Las Vegas went right back down and took it again. And the boys would end up losing by 17 points. And that was their first loss of the season after coming into that game 7-0. And boy, it had a snowball effect because he ended up being demoted to the 4th running back string on the depth chart, and that demoralized all of his progress heading in. And then a girl had the nerve to try to ask this nigga out or get some answers from him or something. He was just demoralized as fuck because he had did all that for no reason. And then we had to do mandatory study hall. It would boost our GPA a little bit, but coach was still pissed. A brand ended up hitting us up. It ended up being Ricky Slick's Barbershop. I'm getting it. That is such a head-ass name. Anyway, heading into the next week, they lost again, and now they had to play UTEP. I don't even know what that shit stands for, but they ended up losing 2 back-to-back games, but he was still at the top of the Heisman list, and I was doing everything to get our boy to get in class, but there's nothing we could do. We low-key got hold, but it's kind of our fault, too. We finally ended up winning that game, but coach was still pissed at us. He had only moved us up to running back 3, but what is that going to do? And we were just stuck in mandatory study study hall the whole week. We couldn't even do anything about it. Our homeboy's gonna try to get us some answers, gonna try to help us. We couldn't do anything. And then our adrenaline ended up getting activated for some odd reason. I guess he was just busting his ass trying to get on the field. Still number one in the day. Still number one in the Heisman contender. And going 8-2 in the New Mexico. Ended up going the next week. Coach was still not cutting us any slack at all. Once we had finally got demoted because of our grades, we became academically ineligible. He just wasn't getting us any slack. We were 9-2 on the season, though. We were still unranked, and we had 7-4 UConn, and he ended up slipping to the third spot on the Heisman contention list, bro. Wyoming would end up finishing the season 10-2, heading into the conference championship week, and he was at the bottom of the Heisman prospect list, or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, it was the time for what we've all been waiting for. Would he still have a chance to win the Heisman after being number one on the top spot, dropping all the way to the bottom?
Inside the Tiburon Theater, we're so proud every year to be able to bring you Heisman Trophy Night. The most impactful handoff of the season is just moments away now. And one of these guys will become the 91st Heisman Trophy winner. The 4 finalists, as chosen by the Heisman balloters, a somewhat surprising group, if we're being honest. At the beginning of the season, you might not have thought these would be your 4 finalists, but each of these guys has earned their way here, not by focusing on the Heisman, but by focusing on their team and doing what it takes to win football games. A reminder of how good each of their 4 seasons were. And these guys talk about their poise, their composure. They've been that way on the field, but when you get to Heisman Trophy night and you get them together and the trophy is in the room, everybody admits these are very nervous moments. Only one of them will have their name read. Only one of them will join this exclusive fraternity. And one more look at this year's Heisman finalists. One of these guys is about to experience a life-changing moment. Okay, we've kept them waiting long enough. All of us want to know who is going to win the trophy for this season. And the winner of the 2026 Heisman Trophy is Trinidad Chambliss, senior quarterback out of Ole Miss.
Man, so a heartbreaking ceremony as Trinidad Chambliss would end up getting the Heisman Trophy, but our boy ended up coming away with some awards like the Sean Alexander Award and the Doak Walker Award, but that's still, he didn't want that. He wanted the Heisman, and he worked so hard for it, and he ended up feeling like he did all that hard work for no reason. As we went on to the end of the season, we finished ranked number 17, surprisingly, after losing 2 games, but we weren't ranked when we were 7-0. It didn't make any sense, and our boy was feeling like his time was gonna have to be up in Wyoming, but he ended up finishing the season with 9 games played, 1,500 yards, 76 carries, and 24 touchdowns, and averaging a little under 20 yards a carry. And the coach told us we had a great season, but he had a sour taste in his mouth because he felt like he should have been benched. You could go either way because he should have had his grades up, but coach could have gave him a chance once he got re-eligible again, and he decided that his days as a Wyoming Cowboy had come to a quick end, and now we're gonna have to see greener pastures, and we're gonna head into the transfer portal, man. But anyways, if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Roll to 700. I really enjoyed making this video, bro. It was fun as hell because this nigga was like a human wrecking ball. But I'll see y'all next time.